Do want to think about which human capabilities we treasure. We saw a lot of loss of people's ability to communicate with one another face to face during the pandemic. When their world moved online, we saw young people's mental health crashing in particular, with very limited interactions and opportunities to get out and explore and expand.
There may be less and less room for human beings to derive meaning in their life through work and through other kinds of long-term achievements.
If AIs are smart enough to replace us in the global workforce, they can manipulate us to behave in whatever way is beneficial to the society they could create.
Current AI systems can engage in extremely complicated, diverse behavior. They can compete in social games that requires the ability to mind read.
Imagine people who want to polarize a particular country. We see this a lot in our country right now, and so they want to crank out a lot of social media posts that look like news or that look like fact. You add AIs and bots, they can amplify it by millions, hundreds of millions.
This could become relevant potentially in the next election, and that might end up creating some unfortunate dynamics where some candidate who wouldn't normally get popular became very popular because they knew how to wield this type of technology very well.
You can see that that technology could become extremely damaging and dangerous in many political contexts. Then you plunge people into civil disorder and you lose any sense of personal security in a country or a place. And that just ruins everything.
This is going on, and this is very disturbing. I think we all need to take a step back, and remember that those people that we're hearing terrible things about online, these are human beings. We have a lot more in common than what these social media posts are trying to do to us.
If AIs are capable of social manipulation, what's to stop them from the most catastrophic scenario, waging war?
I think that there is a risk of weaponized AI systems. They pave the way for these becoming substantially more catastrophic. If you lose control of a chatbot, okay, it doesn't cause that much harm. If you lose control over all of your weaponized AIs, then you're in a lot more danger.
2 years ago, in Libya, military forces deployed autonomous drones that made their own decisions without a human pilot about which enemy combatants to target. This is extremely dangerous, as AI systems can malfunction, and human oversight is essential to controlling them. Perhaps the most frightening example would be including AI in the nuclear chain of command. Currently, there are no laws preventing this in the United States or other countries.
It is important to maintain perspective on AI's current capabilities when faced with nightmare scenarios.
We should be cognizant of the fact that these models were trained on human-generated data. There are scenarios where an AI agent suddenly becomes super intelligent, improves itself at an exponential rate, and then we lose control. And somehow this leads to human extinction. And that scenario seems incredibly implausible to me.
On the flip side of all these warnings, many computer scientists and economists believe there are great benefits to AI.
Artificial intelligence will lead to higher rates of economic growth because it'll lead to higher labor productivity. Yeah, and that's a good thing, but we need to make sure that this economic growth is distributed and not just captured by AI companies.
There will be immense beneficial impacts of these technologies in education. Tailored tutors that can explain concepts. I think that's probably one application area that I'm quite excited about.
I'm super excited about the opportunities of AI to improve health. There are so many ways. Think of it not in terms of large language models, large health models, large behavior models that are all done very carefully and respectfully, honoring people's feelings, really helping you take better control over your health.
So this is the kitchen, which again looks like a normal kitchen.
AI technology is being used to assist the elderly, managing, tracking, and even monitoring health.
It will make a measurement of your heart rate.
Facial recognition algorithms could detect the first signs of sadness or depression.
For healthcare, for medical imaging, and for personalized healthcare, we can fine-tune the model to update the model according to different people.
Researchers like Song Han are working to revolutionize AI computing so that it can be accessible to everyone in the palm of their own hand.
To bridge the gap between the supply and the demand of computing so that everyone can use AI at a lower cost, higher efficiency, and better accuracy. I believe efficient AI computing can really revolutionize a lot of different walks of life. Lots of mobile devices can have AI computing capability. It'll be a lot more accessible for us to seamlessly communicate with the cloud, so make AI more affordable and more accessible.
Ultimately, the experts all agree the future of AI is in our hands.
It's limited by what we develop. It's not going to become anything people need to fear. It's only doing what we are equipping it to be able, to be capable of doing.
So the key is oversight, collaboration, control.
I think it's very important that we create powerful regulations that can monitor and restrain the rise of AI capabilities.
There is a huge amount of control we can do and we should do to make sure the powerful AI is doing what we are hoping it to do and benefiting the human society.
We're focused together on establishing guardrails that maximize innovation to use AI for good while minimizing the risks that it represents. To ensure that AI capabilities are used safely, that they strengthen human rights and democratic values rather than repress them, and that they advance equity, not bias.
The voluntary commitments that these tech companies made to the White House seems like a very positive development. Included in that commitment is to have external auditors check the models for their bioweapon capabilities, their hacking capabilities.
You have some of these leaders in the industry talking about how they're concerned whether the machine will be able to begin to think for itself, not need to be programmed. I mean, it's just, I know it sounds like science fiction, but it is close to science fiction, some of the things. It has enormous potential.
Being proactive now is the key to maintaining control while benefiting from the technology.
How do we transform technology in a way that makes human lives better, not that reduces us to household pets? And it's a fundamental different philosophical aim. And if you don't think about it up front when you're building the technology, you build different things.
Artificial intelligence is here. So the best path forward is to embrace it and learn how to coexist.
I will be working alongside humans to provide assistance and support.
When we say we're coexisting with AIs, to me that's the same statement as we're coexisting with the internet, coexisting with computers. From that perspective, I think we will be coexisting with AI.
Even as we build machines in our image that take on some of our abilities, and maybe they can compute faster than us on certain things or answer questions from a language search faster than us, they are still made by us. They are in our image, and we are still in control of them.
I don't believe in limitations, only opportunities. Together, we can create a better future for everyone.